Okay, there we go. It's about 12:30 in the afternoon. Um, I did sleep last night. Um, not too long after we talked, actually, and for long enough. I'm just about on my way out. I've made a conscious decision, actually, to. Um, I was really thinking about walking in, you know, kind of like a boom, but I decided not to, because I'm ultimately. I actually don't even think that this doctor is aware that I'm transgendered. I had a talk with my my GP. My GP was very apprehensive about the whole thing. He wanted to send me right to Toronto. He's like, if you're gonna do this, you might as well just get like the operation kind of thing. And if you insist on just getting your testicles out, then why don't we find a doctor that's like done this and is aware with it? I'm thinking, no, just send me to the closest urologist. I'm gonna have a talk with this person. I think that the Hippocratic Oath should really lead him to the conclusion. I mean, because this is really harm reduction, right? The anti-androgens are pretty hard on your liver. That is the truth of it. And to take them for a long period of time, like I am, is not conducive to healthful behavior in the long run. Now, specialists are not always good. I've dealt with bad specialists. I've dealt with bad specialists here. And there's certainly a possibility that this guy is just going to be an asshole and he's going to be like, well, if you're concerned about your liver, why don't you stop taking the drugs then? Huh? Wouldn't that be smart? Huh? Right? And with the attitude and the whole thing, right? I'm half expecting that. And certainly, if I get that kind of reaction, it's not going to be like I'm not going to get like a neutral scientific response. I'm going to get attitude, right? Why is my battery low? I guess I didn't change it. Okay, I'll be back in 2 seconds because I need to. I can't. This is dead. Yeah, I was spending so much time. The memory card is clear. It was clearing up the memory, and I got that mentally in my mind mixed up with the batteries. The appointment's at 1:30, so I do need to leave. It's closer than the other one, but I still need to leave like now. But I just want to be clear that like yesterday's result was pretty. Like I wasn't really worried about yesterday. I knew like I'd been to the doctor enough. I knew that he was going to give me my prescription, and that was going to be it. Like there was no serious concern about that point. I have no idea all what's going to happen today. I could get anything from somebody who's completely reasonable, completely understands my argument, absolutely in line with what it is that I'm suggesting, or I could get some. I could even get like some Christian douchebag that like wants to lecture me about Genesis or something. Like I don't even know. You know, I'm just gonna tell him I can't dance and I'm gonna walk out of there. I'm sorry for the late Genesis reference. It's just it was the first thing that came out of my head, and at least you got it. I could have been obscure here. I could have referenced from Genesis to Revelation, but you wouldn't have gotten it, right? Or I could have picked something from the mid '70s, and half of you would have chuckled knowingly, but the bulk of you would have it would have gone right over your head, right? At least if I pick something from the unquestionably inferior Collins years, then I'm picking a neutral ground that we can all enjoy, right? There's no need in being elite about my Genesis references in context if I'm trying to get an ironic laugh. I think that maximizing uh, access is actually preferable. Universality is always a worthwhile goal, and rather than be a smartass in the mirror, I need to get going. Um, is this clean? I don't even know. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea. I know it's raining out. I'm gonna need to put my rain jacket on again. Um, I could get exactly what I want. I could conceivably get beat up. I don't know. I hope I don't get beat. I think that at least is a standard that we can expect. Let's hope that I don't get queer bashed when I walk in there. But I really have no idea what to expect. We'll find out soon enough. Okay, I'm out of here. I actually made a split decision, just a momentary, just a gut choice. I went with my gut here. To not bring a jacket, and it appears that I have avoided the rain. I'm not too far away from where I'm going. I don't know if it's the smell of open sewers or if it's the smell of open pipes, like pipelines to the sky, is what I mean. Just smokestack pollution or what, but it's a foul smelling day. Of course, I'm also getting used to the fact that I don't smoke anymore. You gotta almost wonder if I'm smoking anyways, right? I said before that at the end of the day, maybe the air quality that pulls me out of here. Not yet. I know Toronto smells bad. I'm not sure. I was spoiled growing up in Ottawa, clearly. Also why Ottawa costs so much, right? But I am basically living in an American city, right? Windsor, a suburb of Detroit. I don't think it's really. I mean, you can't really think about Vancouver as a suburb of Seattle. I think that it's reasonable to think of like a very large metropolitan area that includes all of the different cities. You know, Victoria, Vancouver, Seattle, even Portland, but Portland's a bit. It's not that far. Not that I've been there, just looking on a map. But I'm just thinking, I don't know anywhere else in Canada where you could say that, like, I guess maybe Niagara Falls. But Niagara Falls is a suburb of Buffalo, but it's a bit of a stretch. This is really the only. Well, I guess Detroit is really the only large city that's like right on the border, right? And there is, of course, good reason for that. Detroit was a part of Canada for a long time. It was stolen. I brought that up to Detroit, or to people in the States, and they're all just like, if you want Detroit, take it. We don't want it. The biggest mistake ever was taking Detroit. Now, of course it's not true, right? But it's, I don't know how many more days we're gonna have like this. It is unseasonably warm. It's been like this for like weeks now, right? It's like it's no longer way warmer than it should be. It's certainly definitely warmer than it should be, but not like it's not like 20 or 30 degrees warmer than it should be. But like it's still unseasonably warm, and the reason is because there's all the moisture coming up from the south. And it means it's raining. So, yeah, we're exchanging one for the other, right? At least it's not cold, but it's been raining for weeks. The pattern should start to shift in the next week or two. Like, hopefully we're getting to the end of this kind of thing. There was a day a few weeks ago where we actually got a cold, high-pressure day, and the normality of it struck me as bizarre, right? And you know that you're in a strange space when what is normal seems weird, right? Or historically normal, anyways. Suppose if you're 10 or 15 or maybe even 20 years old, then this is normal, huh? Anyways. What are those lights there? 2 more minutes. Am I on time? It seems like a longer walk than I thought. Then again, we've only been talking for 5 minutes, and it seems like we've been talking for an eternity, so. Not an eternity, but more than 5 minutes, certainly. Anyways. We're done here. Well, silly me. My appointment is tomorrow at 1:30. Not today. Today is March the 7th. Tomorrow is March the 8th. And then the day after that is March the 9th. I do have a math degree. I'm not really pretty good at counting. But I don't know. Maybe it's because it was a finite set. So I became disturbed by the triviality of the operation. The elevator, I'm not a fan of elevators usually. That one sounded kind of funny, so I took the stairs. As you probably notice, I do often. What next? I'm kind of thirsty. I'm gonna get a drink or something. I don't want a coffee though. I want like a Dr. Pepper or something. Oh. Well, I got a nice walk anyways. I don't think we'll repeat the talk tomorrow. I'm just gonna go home and. How was the night? What did I just kept going as to what I was doing. Oh, that is a dark sky, actually. It was always there, but it just snuck up on me. I can't remember. I think there's a convenience store in this closet. If not, I think the Shoppers, yeah. The Shoppers is probably my best bet. I don't know what this guy's up to. Yeah, I got a little bit more done. The Hackett set didn't finish rendering until until I woke up, and I realized that the audio was correct, so I got to do it again. Some of the less intense operations are completed. I'll get those up and etc. It was just I made progress. I didn't get to where I wanted to because I slept earlier than I wanted to. But I guess we'll have to do this all again tomorrow. And I don't really expect to have anything else to say because I'm just continuing on with what I was doing. I suppose I'll have to repeat myself when I suspect we'll probably have to just pick right back up again tomorrow when I'm walking in there. Looks like some kind of crackhead out there. I don't know, he's dressed as a leaf. I don't know what, like, dancing, getting his jellies on. I don't think I want to go too close to that thing, whatever it is. Let's just go around this here. Avoid this. What the fuck that thing is, really. Whatever kind of drugs get you up in that kind of setup, and what dancing on the street, yeah, that's a lot of drugs, my friend. And I'm not gonna pretend I understand why, and I'm not even gonna judge. I'm just glad I avoided it. Let us carry on. Oh, my new health card came in. I remember we went to get that the other day. That's I can't show you the numbers or anything, but that's certainly a much better picture than my last one. So, not that I'm not smiling, because fuck smiling. Yeah. Fuck you and your fucking smiling. All of you. All of you! Actually, we're gonna have to talk a little bit more about just one more thing here, and that is this remaining flavor of Smart Food. I still haven't eaten. It's a lot of popcorn. That's like, you know, a lot. This one is jalapeno and cheddar, and so you might expect more of like a Dorito-y kind of taste, and you would be broadly correct. Actually, you know what else I don't know if they had these in the States. But if you're old enough, you might remember well, I suppose you have to be old enough to remember VHS in the first place. If you're old enough, you might remember a chain of, it was, I mean, everybody, I think pretty much everybody has an intuitive concept of Blockbuster, even if they've never been in one. But one of the competitors to Blockbuster was a chain called West Coast Video. And it may have been a Canadian only thing, I don't know. But they used to sell popcorn. They used to sell them in dill pickle flavored, and they used to sell them in a jalapeno and cheddar flavor as well. So this is actually taking me way back. This was the one that I really wanted. The other ones I just kind of, but this was the one that really piqued my interest. It was like, I gotta try that. It's a little bit less saturated actually, in terms of just flavor, right? So, I mean, you could do this in a couple of different ways, right? You could do it very light and have the popcorn be the dominant flavor, or you could just like drown it in seasoning, and basically it would just act as a mechanism for the flavoring salt, right? This is kind of somewhere in between. Because it's spicy, see, I want to say that it would be better if the flavor was a little bit stronger, but it would also make it very spicy, right? So, kind of in between. You can definitely, like, it's not just spicy cheese, right? Like like the like you buy them in that cheese goop. I don't even want to call it cheese, but that cheese flavored chemicals that you buy at the store, right? It's beside the Doritos and stuff. And it's like it's like plastic cheese taste with like a spice. It's not like that. This actually does taste more like a jalapeno kind of flavor. So on that level, it's actually fairly impressive. Out of the bunch of them, I might buy this again. But I need to do the ultimate experiment, which is to actually sit down and watch something with it. And if there's anybody watching from a popcorn company, I want to point out that I've been saying all of this as I stand beside a bottle of Caesar salad dressing and a bottle of Frank's Red Hot sauce. And it's been giving me ideas. And I must say that a popcorn with either of these types of flavoring on it would be fucking delicious. It would not work well on a Dorito or a potato chip, but both of those I think would work spectacularly on a popcorn, and in fact, together would be the zestiest damn thing in the world. Anyways, I think we've talked enough about this. I'm going to give this a thumbs up. I think that this is a failed experiment, and it's almost titled to assume it's going to be. This really wasn't bad at all. Like I say, it's sour cream and onion. I'm not the biggest fan of sour cream and onion, but if you are, then try that. It's oniony though. Um, this for me, this is the one that I would probably want to try again. So yeah, that is that, and I'm now off to scarf down the rest of the popcorn. I'm gonna have to eat eventually, but it will probably be nachos. So I've been having my smoothies, right? I haven't been having my daily spaghetti, but I've been having my smoothies, so I've been getting my vitamins. I'm not bailing that badly. Anyways, time to enjoy this. It's late, and at this point, it looks like I'm gonna get my all-nighter in. Um, I added yet another pile of things. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna create stubs for the shows that I have representations for. So I'm almost caught up with that. I think the reason why I want to do an all-nighter here is so that I don't want these to be two different vlogs, right? I want to go to the doctor's appointment at the same, like, I want it to be, I want the talk I had yesterday to be in today's vlog. That's the point, right? So, or to be in the same vlog as the vlog that I go to the doctor's in. So, I think we can handle this. I'm still very much awake. I mean, I'm not gonna have time. I'm gonna finish eating around 6, and I don't want to be in the shower around 10 at the latest. So, the most I'll get a little bit of a nap in. I was thinking about maybe some shows tomorrow, but the weather's not so great. It's going to be warmer than I was fearing tomorrow. Tomorrow won't be too bad, but the next couple of days might be, or I guess it's today now. Today won't be too bad, but we're going to get a cold snap over that again. When I want to go out, it's cold. When I don't, it's warm. Annoying, huh? I've also got a couple of holes in my face, which I need to nurse. I'm through all the popcorn pretty much. There's just a little bit of this caramel popcorn, which is really rich. It looks like I'm gonna get 2 meals out of this hint of jalapeno. It says a hint, and that is correct. That is what it is a hint. If you have like a whole bunch of them, you start to taste it, but it's very mild, and I would suspect that. Excuse me, at the bottom of this pile of nacho-like substance, I'm not going to notice much. We'll find out. The jalapeno popcorn, actually, it was good. I don't eat a lot of popcorn though. I mean, it was. I'll keep that in mind. If they keep manufacturing it, I could very well go back to it. But I mean, I don't eat popcorn the way I eat Doritos, right? It's just like, it's like once in a while if I want to watch like a debate or something, right? But we're going full out on the nachos here. We've got these are meal nachos. I guess I have snack nachos and meal nachos. We did go over this once before, quite some time ago. The snack nachos are just, Doritos and cheese, salsa, and maybe some hot sauce. Meal nachos, like sometimes I'll even chop up green peppers and stuff. I didn't do that today. But I got some salami in there, some Caesar dressing. I'm gonna put the cheese on top, melt it, and then get the hot sauce. So, I guess I haven't eaten in like, it's Wednesday morning? What did I eat last? I did not eat Monday morning. I haven't eaten since like Sunday morning. So, Sunday to Monday, Monday to Tuesday, Tuesday to Wednesday. That's a good 3 days. I've had smoothies, and I had a lot of popcorn. How long can somebody? You know what'll happen? I guarantee you this is I'll get scurvy. I won't get scurvy because I'm getting my fruit. But if somebody actually tried to survive on popcorn, they probably would not run out of energy, but like their nutrient levels would fall over. And the fact that I'm able to, like, I'm hungry, I'm gonna enjoy this meal, but the fact that I'm able to survive on eating nothing but smoothies and popcorn for 3 days, that really demonstrates just how much fat is in there. I don't want to start getting into like. I guess it's not actually fat's not bad. It's you don't want to just metabolize protein. That's very bad for you. Anyways, is there any glucose in popcorn? That's some carbs. I'm feeling okay, and I've got a meal coming up here. I may end up a little, well, I'm not really bloated. I could have been. I'm just thinking, I was going to say I might have ended up a little bit bloated, but the truth is it's just barely on a calorie level. If I didn't have those smoothies, I would have been in trouble probably over the last couple of days. It's not the first time I've done that. I need to just not do that. There's no reason I should ever do that. Surviving on popcorn for 3-4 days, there's no reason I should ever do that, but I've done that. This is not the first time. It's those new flavors. They sneak up on you like that. Anyways, like I said, I'm gonna get to this, and we're up all night tonight. There's no question about that. Turns out I wasn't as hungry as I thought. I only got about half, and I think I needed to get something like that in my stomach. But these chips, they're not. They're not heavy enough to. Maybe if I put them in the oven or something, but in the microwave, it's just soggy. So I got about halfway done, and I'm gonna have to finish the rest of it with a spoon tomorrow. That's actually a hit against that. Those are probably a no-no. That was a. Well, I tried it, and it's not so good. I guess I gotta clean up a little in here and get back at it. It's nice to have the sun up before 8. Anyways. It's a good thing I'm not working here because this would drive me crazy. Like going to work every day in the dark. I've been over this, but it's like the fact that I'm not working means I just it's just a mental goalpost because I don't have to really leave the house at any specific point, except when I have appointments that are early. But still, it's. We've survived another year of winter, it appears. The sun has come back. If you were worried, it came back this year, just like it did the year before, and 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 the year before. One more time. We're running on the same vlog, so I'm not gonna explain this again. I'm just gonna take a walk out. In fact, we're gonna have a little talk when we walk because the weather is apparently pretty crazy. But I just want to. I think my shots yesterday when my hair was messier were better. But yeah, okay, I'm out. I don't want to stand in this space too long, but the fan is definitely I don't smell it anymore. It's definitely helping. So what's the deal with today? You hear that? That's some crazy wind. And that is the deal with today. They have a special weather advisory out today that I don't believe I've ever seen. It's simply a wind advisory. And it's a pretty serious one. We're talking about wind gusts up to 100 kilometers an hour. That's like almost hurricane force winds. Tropical storm gales, anyways. I think that category 1 is 120. I think. Don't quote me on that. I wouldn't expect that the probability that I'm going to run into a 100-kilometer-an-hour gust of wind is very high. I may end up in Kansas if I do. Oh, wait. I said that wrong, didn't I? I wouldn't be in Windsor anymore. But maybe I would end up in Kansas. Wouldn't that be ironic? Anyways, yeah. Yeah, listen to that. There's no, like, there's not a rainstorm. There's no sort of tornado that I'm aware of. The sky looks pretty good. And the temperature is going to be mostly up. It's around 10 degrees Celsius. Wind makes it feel a little colder. I should probably get a coffee. I'm on time. This is what the walk should be like. And if I'm walking sideways, I'm right into it. Hopefully I can avoid it a little bit by taking a turn up here. I should have brought a jacket. Anyways. Yeah, look, there's shingles and stuff on the ground. So, I don't know. This is kind of absurd, but it's the reality of the walk, so get used to it. Perhaps in the eye of the hurricane here, we got tree branches down. Like, I'm not exaggerating, it's fucking windy out here. But it's nice when it's calm. And we're in a calm point right now, but like, want some evidence? There's some evidence. It is windy. Could even say that it's windy as fuck. But I'm not quite sure what that actually means. I heard the wind coming again. I actually like walking directly into the wind. It's kind of a bit of a... what's what I'm looking for? I've lost my English vocabulary. English class vocabulary. I haven't started speaking Swahili on you. It's not likely. If I randomly start speaking Swahili, my views on religion might change. No, like honestly, if I actually honestly did that, I think the chances are pretty low. And I need somebody to verify that I'm actually speaking Swahili. I don't know why I'd speak Swahili though. I think maybe I'd speak like Old Hebrew or Sumerian or something. If I start speaking ancient alien, but my tongue might not be able to pronounce. Woo! Walking in the wind, it's I could create an analogy with it. I think you know the word I'm looking for, I just can't find it. It's, it represents one through whatever kind of challenges you face, right? Some of my strongest memories, like, when I'm dealing with shit is like either walking through the wind on the way home, or sometimes more often bicycling through the wind, you know? something just nasty is going on. You know, when the wind starts coming in, you know, and just running through it and beating it, defeating it. Because there's nothing, there's no better way to personify struggle than a strong wind, you know, walking right into it, walking right through it. So I don't really enjoy walking through the rain, but I actually legitimately have some kinds of interest in walking through it like this, especially briskly. I don't like walking light, but brisk movement through the wind is the thing I'm very much in favor of. So, anyways, I think I just wanted to show you the broken trees there, just to demonstrate that I'm not really being dramatic. That sound is actually that pole teetering. It's actually slowed down just a little. I'm here. I'm just gonna go. It's windy. Okay, so that may or may not end up being just kind of a first contact to this. I'm not taking this as an end point here. I need to look up what it is that he told me, see if I can verify it, and if I can't, then I guess we'll have to see if I can talk to a different urologist. I've got a checkup at in the middle of April. What did he tell me? The first thing he told me was that he claimed that I had 2 different types of surgery refused. He's saying that I seem to want a vasectomy rather than an orchidectomy. A vasectomy could be done in the office quickly. A vasectomy does not have any effect on hormonal production. So, give me a vasectomy and it would have a birth control effect, but he says it wouldn't reduce my testosterone levels. If I wanted to reduce my testosterone levels, I would need to have a full orchidectomy. It would need to be done in a hospital, and he claims he would lose his license if he were to do so. He says they only do orchidectomies for people with cancer. So I'm walking in it here, walking right through it here. So I need to look all that up. If he's right, what he said, then I really don't have a way out of this. And I'm going to need to keep taking this kind of dangerous medication forever. In the end, maybe I'll get cancer from it. I don't think there's any clinical trials on that, but it's very possible that I could have had my information wrong, but I need to kind of look. I need to check up on what he's saying. I could also try another doctor. See, here's the thing. Even if what he's saying is right, I'm still a little bit. I'm not sure I believe that and say, hey, I want my testicles out. Why is that? Like, what role does the college have to say you can't tell a patient that they, no, you must have your testicles. We demand you retain your testicles. You know, it's like, I don't want my testicles. What place does the college have to step in? Absurd. So like, every time I talk about this, we kind of have this kind of discussion, and I bring up this point, right? It's like, at every step of the way, I need to get permission to do something. And a lot of the times, it's ridiculous. I don't see the slightest reason why I need to get somebody's permission to remove my testicles. So this is really kind of the broader crux of this for me. Even, I mean, I couldn't imagine that he'd be wrong about. I mean, I knew I wanted an orchidectomy. That was clearly what I intended. I didn't walk in there asking for a vasectomy. I walked in there asking for an orchidectomy. So. Really, the only part there that I had wrong was the question of whether that could be done in the office or in a hospital. It turns out they can't do that in an office; they have to do that in a hospital. That's fine. I'd be willing to do that. What I'm, like I say, what I'm a little bit unsettled by is the premise that that's not allowed. I wouldn't understand that. And perhaps that's something worth agitating to change. Because frankly, it doesn't matter. I don't think it should matter why I want my testicles removed. You know? I think I should have every right to walk in there on a Friday and say, hey, I want my testicles out. I said, okay, we'll book you, and that's it. Like why shouldn't matter? You know, it's what I want that should be important, not why. So I gotta look into that, verify what he says. If what he said is right, then I guess I'm gonna have to question whether this is worth kind of agitating and fighting. I mean, at the end of the day, I guess it's gonna take longer and cost less to just go through the process in Toronto, right? But still, just as a matter of principle, like, I'm not convinced he's right on that point. Like on the technical points, on the doctor stuff, sure. I'm not convinced he's right on the technical thing. So, or on the rules of the college thing. So I'm gonna try to see if I can find that explicitly, and if I can't verify what he's saying, I'm gonna try another doctor, and we'll go from there. Like I said, I had no idea how that was going to turn out. I had no idea that he seemed reasonable, but it was like a front of reasonableness. You could tell he was a little. He was wearing his politically correct face, if you can put it that way. I'm sure that you know what I'm trying to say. As far as I'm concerned, he was, at the very least, non-confrontational. And I was better than the alternative. But at the end of the day, I do actually suspect that this idea that it's opposed to like you can't do it because the college says so, that sounds more like an excuse. And like I say, if I can find what he said, and he can prove me right, then like, if I can demonstrate what he's claiming, okay. I think I'm gonna have a hard time doing it, and I think it's pretty clear that the next step is going to be to go to a different urologist, and hey, I may have to go to a third urologist after that as well. That's how it's going to be. So yeah, I need to do a little research when I get home before we do anything else. Again, it's absurdly windy, but it's actually a nice, bright, high-pressure, sunny day. And it's actually pleasant when the wind dies down. I'm, what am I, about a third of the way there? It's not quite half, anyways. I'm gonna put this away now. On my front step, and it looks like we got some shingle damage too, huh? It's mild, I mean. But that wasn't there when I left, so. Definitely got hit with a lot of wind. I'm obviously disappointed, but we'll see what my research turns out. It's 9 o'clock at night. What? I actually haven't really slept yet. We're carrying this vlog forward. I tried to sleep. I got something to eat when I came in. I got to do the dishes. I needed to have my smoothie. Finished my nacho goop. I think I'm actually probably just gonna make the same goop again, and just eat it with a knife and a fork this time. It's not the flavor's fault. It's a Tostito problem overall. These are dipping chips. They're not really made for nachos, or maybe, like I pointed out, maybe it's better on the stove. I tried to sleep, like I say. I got like maybe 2 or 3 hours this morning. I was tired when I woke up. I forced myself. I got home. I did sleep for a few hours. But it was only like 2 hours. So we're back to an endless day, and actually I think that's good because I wanna get the concert stuff done. I did a little bit of research into the orchidectomy. It's covered. But here's the thing. It's only been covered since March of last year. I could go off on an angry rant about how I got a bullshit PC response from a Christian that was trying to avoid a conflict, and so instead of telling me what he really thought, he gave me some bullshit answer. And in my guts, that's still what I think is true, right? What I feel is that, I'm not dealing with somebody that was being forthright with me. But if I'm going to be judge and jury, I shouldn't be executioner. I should give him an appeal at the least. So I'm going to offer a new trial here. I'm going to call him in the morning. I'm going to explain to the office, the secretary there, I mean, obviously I'm not going to talk to him, but I'll explain to the secretary that I think that what he told me is based on obsolete information, old information, um, and that the new information that exists would actually permit him to follow through with my request so long as some certain papers are filled out. What I'm hoping is that I can get a second appointment relatively quickly, that I can bring the documents to him, and we can go from there. Otherwise, I think the actual truth is, like, there's nothing in the documents. I mean, I guess I was hoping that I could do this with the urologist, and maybe I got a little bit frustrated and walked out because I didn't feel like what I was getting was honest, right? But I mean, that's a perception on my behalf. It may have been a misperception. Again, it's not fair of me to it's fair of me to react and to feel things and to perceive things, but it's not fair of me to come to a conclusion without looking at all of the evidence at the very least. And I've got some evidence here. Let's bring it to trial, and let's see what kind of reaction I get. If, for whatever reason, I mean, if my suspicions are upheld, right? If he's like, no, I'm not doing this, and I'm not doing this for moral reasons or whatever, then I think the actual truth is that I'm not going to need him. I think that the new funding formula and the new approval formula will actually allow me to go through with an orchidectomy with my GP. What I need are two doctors willing to sign off on gender dysphoria. I've got a psychiatrist that did it. Sorry, I saw that coming. The video directly before this one should be me talking about waking up around 9 o'clock. That's why I double checked that. And talking about the orchidectomy and etc. I should probably actually check that pretty soon, immediately. But I probably should have checked it before I even opened this up. But I saw that coming. It's just I've been good recently and just barely getting it in. I would have swapped the batteries immediately, but it got me. I was pointing out that I'm gonna try to take the information to the urologist. Show him that hey, maybe you thought that what you said was true, right? But the funding formula has been changed, and in fact, we could do this way if we fill out these forms and we get the funding in this manner. If not, like I say, there's not really anything on the forms that suggests that I need to talk with a urologist specifically. I mean, at the end of the day, I need a urologist, or I don't know. Is it going to be the urologist that actually does the surgery, or is it going to be somebody else? I don't know. And I mean, there's other reasons why he might just not want to do the surgery, right? But at the very least, I'm actually like when I walked out of the office, I was just kind of deflated and I was a little bit depressed walking home. And, but I mean, at the same time, I was irritated, but like I really didn't believe what he was saying, right? So it was just I kind of knew that that I get home and look it up, and I'm actually a lot more confident now that I saw that that this is something that I can get the state to fund. In fact, all I had to do was look it up, and it came up very quickly. I should have printed that off, and like I need to take a little bit of responsibility because I should have come in with the information, right? I should not have assumed that that the urologist would be up to date on information regarding to funding and approval for SRS operations. I should not have made that assumption, right? I should have done the research. I should have brought the information in. I should have showed it to him. I should have said, "Look, this is what is. and let's go from there. And at the end of it, I shouldn't, like, I just walked out, right? I was, um, I can get a little bit upset sometimes, and I was kind of feeling it, so I was just like, I gotta get out of here, and I just walked right out. I should have probably had the presence of mind to say, okay, let me figure this out. Let me call you back, and I should have set another appointment. So, this is what we're gonna do. Is I'm gonna call him in the morning, over Google Voice, and try to set up another appointment, and we can go from there. It would be easiest if, well, I mean, I don't, I guess it would be easy enough if I could get the GP and the urologist. I, what the fuck does the urologist know about whether or not I'm transgendered, right? It's just, do I have gender dysphoria? Oh, I clearly do. It doesn't take very long to figure that out. All you have to do is sit in a room and talk with me for a few minutes, right? But I mean, and I'm certain I can get the GP to sign off on it. But I mean, I've known the urologist for 2 minutes. I'm really getting him to sign off on something like this. Is there really any reason to think the urologist would? No, I'm probably going to need to get another rec on that. But I mean, that's fine. I can do that. Um, uh, Somewhat of an annoyance, but so be it. And it's clear. It was productive today. Maybe it could have been more productive. It could have been better, but the way that this has to happen, it's all clearing up in my mind. It's firming itself up. I'm getting a better understanding of what it is that I need to do, and how I need to do this. So, initial disappointment, and I mean, like I say, I knew it wasn't right, but the initial disappointment has subsided. I'm now actually a lot more confident. Um, either this doctor was just telling me something to get me out of the office, and if that's the case, we'll find out tomorrow, or whenever I see him next, or he was just legitimately operating on outdated information, something everybody does sometimes. I gotta get him the new information, have him analyze it. He's a doctor, smart guy, so he can figure it out, and we can go from there. So, like I say, I should probably be sleepy, but I'm not. And I just made some coffee, so I'm gonna get back to what I was doing. And at some point, I'm gonna finish those nachos. Um, I don't really have anything else to say right now, other than hoping that I can get over a hump with those concert reviews today. Speaking about concert reviews, am I going to go to any shows in March? If, well, the last couple of days were rainy. I guess, or actually even, yeah, I guess it was cold the first couple of days, and then it's been raining the last two. It's gonna be cold again for the next week. I'm not planning on going. I was thinking about maybe going to see something tomorrow night, and then maybe something the night after. I'm not even gonna drop the bands because these are just things that were like I saw an event, I checked it out. I'm like, hey, if it's nice out and I want to go out and have a beer and watch a show, maybe I'll go, kind of thing. Like, it wasn't, and it was kind of a steady stream of stuff. The only things kind of at the beginning of the month that I was a little bit more firm about was I think no, she's a cellist named Rebecca Foon, who was active in the Silver Mount Zion. Maybe not my favorite component of a Silver Mount Zion. To be clear about that, it was maybe she seemed to maybe be more responsible for the side of the band that I found a little less appealing. Kind of more of the pastoralist or bourgeois kind of side of it, right? It's funny how how our culture has gotten this strange kind of bourgeois pastoralism, right? But it is actually the truth. It's it may be more so in Canada because we have a stronger ties to the UK, and that's really, I mean, it's ultimately a British cultural thing, right? This kind of more of a classical music, but not like big upper class classical music, like this kind of like folk classical concept. I mean, it's I mean, America has its own folk music, right? America has its own concept of folk music, and it's substantially removed from British folk music because of the big influence from African music and also from the indigenous cultures, right? So um, when I talk about when anyone talks about like European folk music, that's you're talking about like jigs, but you're also talking about like very lush chamber type music, right? Because that was also a folk reality, is small groups of musicians, playing in barns. So you'd have a cellist and a couple of violinists playing. I mean, it would have been mostly religious themed music, but especially I guess the genealogical history is with the Puritans um, in Britain. And the academics have picked it up. I'm going. I'm going nowhere with this really, but it's just there was a side to that with Mount Zion. I guess from about 2002 to 2005 ish, which I actually think is probably mostly attributable to this cellist. Um, she joined a band afterward called Esmerine with the drummer from Speed You Black Emperor. Um, excuse me, or one of them, the quiet drummer, I should say. I think he was actually probably the more prominent drummer, but he wasn't as flashy, right? So they had like a percussionist that did like traditional classical percussion, which I guess suppose ties into the what I was saying with the cello player. And then they had this like really marital punk rock drummer, right? So you can hear a lot of that, but my understanding is that I mean, I've seen them enough that I know that basically what Aidan Gert did was he played the snare drum, right? And it was the other guy that did all the other percussion, right? And if you listen carefully, you can hear that the percussion is actually um, quite intricate. But the snares are, these crazy snare parts are, and I mean, that was the earlier incarnation of the bantu, which is the incarnation I prefer, right? But um, she did a set a few days ago, at the same place I saw the Steve Reich concert a few months ago. It was a combination of the weather and my head. I didn't go. That was also, I believe, one of the mornings I was in the hospital. How's my head? Um, it's I haven't taken aspirin since the last time I told you I took it, so it's been almost a week now. And it's been like I'm not feeling it at all. There's no background. There's nothing. It's gone. And I've been awake for a long time too, right? Something I have noticed is a little bit of blood coming out of my nose in a pre-clotted way, right? Um, I get dry air nosebleeds from time to time. It wasn't like that. It's more like black clumpy amounts of blood, right? Which is known as actually a common side effect of aspirin. But what that means is that it's working, right? I remain convinced that the reason the aspirin was effective was because it was thinning the blood. I know I've said that over and over again, and it's not that a doctor will tell you that doesn't make sense. It makes a lot of sense. I think what a doctor will tell you is that's very unlikely. But I think that it's I think that a doctor that's doing that is maybe not opening themselves up enough to what I'm describing, right? Is not being is not analyzing what I'm telling them enough, and maybe relying on prejudices that they've been installed with. Um, anyways, my head seems like it's okay. Obviously, if it comes back, I'll take some more aspirin. And I'll keep an eye on the amount of blood that's coming out of my nose. But my basic understanding of what happened was that I pushed out what was bothering me, and I'm better off for it. So yeah, I mean, there's not. There was that, and there's a light concert. I should probably listen to that record a little bit more. Now that I'm certain that I'm crossing out the stuff for tonight. Sorry, for tomorrow night, and I'm certain that I'm crossing out the stuff for the night after that. Like we're going from like warm. Like the last couple of days, I've been walking around outside. It's been windy or rainy, but warm. Like tomorrow night, like the it's gonna be like it's gonna be like a -20 wind chill walking home if I was to go to the show tomorrow night. Like we're going from unseasonably warm to very much unseasonably cold. That's like 20 degrees colder than normal. So, well, 10 anyways. So this is the annoyance. Is that I would actually like to go out a little bit this week. It's been a few weeks. But the weather's not going to cooperate, and there's nothing that's really like. If I'm going to go to a show this week, it'll be the Mouse on Keys show, Mouse on Keys and Light, but it's looking unlikely at this point, unfortunately. I got to listen to that stuff a little bit more closely over the next couple of days. So that's that. So what am I doing this week? Now that I've gotten through the last couple of days of doctor's appointments, I gotta call them. Maybe I'll get a quick doctor's appointment and I'll be out. But I probably won't be. I really don't have anything. Well, I don't have anything like doctor-like scheduled until mid-April. I'm gonna have to go out some point near the end of March to get my pills renewed. And in fact, probably I'm gonna have to drop my prescription off. Right. So it'll be a few days before that even. When's the date on this? Yeah, I'm probably going to want to go out around. If I don't go to a concert, I could be in for the next 10 days. And I'll probably be a grocer when it takes me out. So, it could be broken by a concert, but I'm looking at probably a good week of inside time. And let's hope I get over the hump with all this stuff that I'm doing. Bunch of concert review stuff. Get back to the archives. I'm going to have to do some editing. Let's hope that I can get all this stuff done over the next couple of days and move to the next thing. Am I really done talking now? I think that we said everything we wanted to say. We. Who's we? What am I channeling? No, what am I channeling? Why am I talking like that? I've been noticing that. I've started to talk like as though there are more than one of me. That's it's a habit that I really should not pick up. So there could be something, some kind of parasitic entity that is trying to take control of me. That's what the tinfoil is for, right? I don't want to break it back out there. But I may just be falling into an unfortunate verbal habit. There might be less logic to it than I'm proposing or suggesting or implying. It might just be a poorly thought out grammatical turn and something I should just nip in the bud. This is going to be a long vlog, and I'm actually gonna say that I hope that we're done for the day. Because I'm gonna have to sleep at some point. But I'm gonna try to get some work done.